Have you ever heard the saying, nice guys finish last? Well, most people disagree with the saying and say that kind people make the world go round and that everyone likes a nice guy, right? A minority would disagree, saying that nice guys just end up in the friend zone and that being nice won't get you what you want. And this minority, they usually are the nice guys, and if you found yourself agreeing with them, you may well be a nice guy yourself. So grab a cup of tea and listen well, because today I'll be going through the difference between a nice guy and a genuinely kind fella. And if you yourself are a nice guy, this video may just be the turning point to getting what you want, whether that be dates, self-respect, or love. So let's jump into it. I'm not going to waste your time. Let's define a nice guy, plain and simple. A nice guy is someone whose behaviour is based on getting something out of it. So a nice guy will find themselves changing who they are to be accepted, to have their needs met, or to get certain rewards out of a social exchange, for example. So what problems does a nice guy face because of this behaviour? Well, they often avoid confrontation, they can't say no or stand up for themselves, and they can easily be manipulated as a result. This confrontation avoiding, yes man type behaviour often leads to resentment of those around them. They begin to dislike or hate people, blaming them for their situation. They can lose their sense of self and are susceptible to bouts of narcissism and self-hatred, which in turn demolishes their mental health. This only worsens their symptoms, creating a vicious cycle. To summarise, prioritising people over themselves is kind and selfless, but being a doormat makes you a resentful pushover. What about people trying to date a nice guy? I mean, surely it's pleasant when your partner lets you choose where to eat out or what kind of date to go on. Well, not really. Nice guys are hard to trust. Compliments you might receive from them should be taken with a pinch of salt. I mean, you never know if a nice guy really means what they're saying or if they're just trying to get some validation from you. Nice guys have difficulty opening up. It's crucial to have intimacy, transparency, and trust in a romantic relationship. Nice guys don't offer this. Instead, they often put up walls and facades due to low self-esteem and fear of rejection. A kind person is someone whose behaviour is based on good, strong morals and values. Do you see how this differs to a nice guy's definition? They don't act because of receiving a reward or because someone will like them. They act according to their strength of character. I'll give you an example. Let's say a kind person's boss asks him if they can stay behind and finish some work after their shift is over. A kind, good person might say, "I've got a busy evening, but I understand this is an important task. If you're willing to discuss extra compensation for this extra effort before I start this work, I could give you an extra hour of my time tonight and reschedule my plans. I don't need the extra pay immediately. I understand cash flow is a little tight this week, so just assign it to my next paycheck." Let's break this down. In this example, the kind person offers to help despite it eating into his busy schedule in the evening. However, he asserts himself and sets his own boundaries, saying he requires extra pay for this extra effort which must be discussed before he does any of this extra work. Now this isn't selfish, this is assertive. He is being kind by willing to rejig his schedule and allow the extra pay to be tacked onto his next paycheck instead of being given to him immediately, as he knows that the cash flow is currently poor in the company. For anyone who thinks that they might be a nice guy or share symptoms with one, I'd really strongly recommend the book No More Mr. Nice Guy by Robert A. Glover. For the record, I'm in no way sponsored. I recommend it purely based on its practicality. It's essentially a manual, a step-by-step guide on overcoming the nice guy syndrome. Now, if you're a guy and you're looking to become a genuinely kind, powerful person with morals and values, I'd also strongly recommend the book The Way of the Superior Man by David Dida. This book will help you healthily assert yourself while acting like a kind and giving masculine man. Again, I'm not sponsored or paid by this author or any other company. I just genuinely and personally believe that these incredible resources could genuinely help someone in your situation. I'll put links to these in the description below, though I'm sure you can find them through a quick Amazon search. I'm sure I'll be doing more videos on this nice guy syndrome and this topic at a later date, so subscribe and stick around for similar content. I do all sorts of self-improvement and psychology videos if that's your sort of thing. Be sure to drop a like if you enjoyed, and comment down below if there's any other topics you'd like to see me cover next. I appreciate you guys watching, and I genuinely wish you the best. Spread kindness, but don't be afraid to stick to your guns. Find your self-values and become the kind of man who sticks to them ruthlessly, becoming a naturally kind person, as opposed to putting on a nice person persona.